Hello everybody, Hasboy82 here, back again with another video. This one might come as a bit of a surprise, but we got ourselves Copperhead. Yeah, I didn't think I'd buy him. I really didn't. But I kept seeing a bunch of really good pictures of him on Reddit, and I was like, you know, he doesn't look like that bad a figure after all. And so when the opportunity came that I was able to get a hold of him, I was just like, yeah, I'll go ahead and get him. Let's go ahead and just get him open up already. You know, I will say, for as much as people hate the windowless packaging, like I said, I wasn't super against it, but now going through these figures like this and dealing with the ropes, I hate the ropes, that's the worst part, but yeah, this is a little snazzy. This be a little snazzy. Get that tackle box out there. You know that tackle box. Tackle box. I don't know. I know it's like a weapons briefcase or whatever it's called. I'm sure it has some kind of name, but it just looks like a tackle box to me. Alright, now there he is in his tied up rope prison, and you know what? First glances is he looks pretty good. Pretty dang good. Wow, they even put that part on the bottom. Well, that's nice. Just open that for no reason. Alright, let's get the ropes off. And you know what? We're cutting to when they're on. And we're back. And no one's going to believe this, but it took like 2 seconds to get all these ropes off. Like, no fucking... This was the easiest getting the ropes off they've ever been. Like, this is the easiest it's ever been. And, you know, I'm going to guarantee it's because I shut the camera off. You know, that funny joke about, like, me doing something and me doing something when someone's watching. You know, since all of you were watching, I can never get the ropes off, but since I just turned out, like, seriously, that came off in like 2 seconds. I was crazy. It's crazy how, like, I don't know, the camera makes me look bad, I guess. Anyways, then it figures out. Let's get a good look at him. Is everything correct off him out the box? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Nothing's all out of place or weird. His legs are maybe a little turnt. So I gotta try and make sure everything is, like, set up correctly. The harness is maybe a little out of place, or maybe not. No, I guess that's just how it looks. Huh. Okay, then. Weird. Well, anyways, this is what a good looking figure, honestly. You know, not half bad. Definitely still plain, but not half as bad as I thought. He got some charm to him. Sorry, joints are stiff. Let's get a hold of the accessories now. He doesn't come with too much, but I will say his accessories are a little interesting. Like, they're not the coolest things, but they're just a little interesting. Okay, come out. What a big bag for not a lot of accessories. Like, I don't think anything is nearly big enough to justify such a big bag. But what do I mean by interesting accessories? Well, this is a very interesting machete. It's one of those, like, flailed ones. It's like curved and flailed at the top. It's interesting. Comes with a very run-of-the-mill pistol. I mean, it actually looks a lot like the kind of pistol James Bond would use, come to think of it. I don't know the name of that one, but that's what this looks like. And he has... This is the more interesting gun I think he comes with. It comes with that scoped revolver. My barrel on line's a little drooped. Let's fix that. There we go. The scoped revolver, which is... It's just an interesting little gun. I mean, I never understood. I'm not a big gun person, but I've never understand the point of scoping a revolver. Like, is that helpful in any way? To have a big ass like scope like this on your revolver? How helpful can that really be? Oh wait, hang on. This kind of sucks. There's no hole for plug-in ports. Looking at that off camera, yeah, no, there's that hole is not deep enough for it. What about this gun though? This gun also doesn't have like a hole at all. Okay, well that's a little disappointing. That's a little whack, but anyways, like I was saying, what's the point in scoping a revolver? Like it looks cool. It always looks cool, but what's the point? Like, how good would this be for anything? Like, a revolver is like kind of for close range, like not close range, but you know what I mean. They're not standing like 100 yards back from you when you're gonna shoot someone with a revolver, and I can't see like how a scope is going to help you close range. And I don't think revolvers are typically in a big enough caliber to, especially not this one. This is a rather small, standard looking revolver. It doesn't look like it takes some kind of crazy big caliber. So they're kind of in too small of a caliber, I would think, to be helpful from a long range. You know, it's not like a sniper that would have a bigger caliber bullet that would go through most things. I mean, like a revolver bullet's going to go through things, but I just don't see how that's that helpful at scoped range. I don't know. Here's this holster there. You know, one thing I will say I really like about this figure is the holsters all have this like bend over strap that just kind of plugs into the one. If I can get that. Come on. There we go. There's a bend over strap that just closes. Like, that's nice. And they're real leathery, like leathery textured. I like that. Very nice. Same thing with the one on his hip. Well, let's gear him up. Gear him up with what he's gonna be geared up with. I'm putting that in there correctly. Sorry. There we go. Bit of a tight push in there, but it gets in there. Now let's get that revolver up in there. Or not revolver, this little ass like James Bond gun. I'm sure it's got a name. Positive it has a name, but I just don't know it. Get that in there now. Let's get that closed up. Sorry, this one's actually giving me trouble. What the heck? Okay, so what the hell? I can get the thing in there, but once I get it in there, the notch just seems to push itself back out. Why is it doing that? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I guess that's just gonna have to be, I'll have to adjust that, mess with that off camera, I guess. Anyways, let's get on to articulation. Full 360 at the arm. One of the cleanest butterfly joints because it's not inhibited by nothing. Sorry, it's a little stiff. It's a stiff butterfly joint, but it's there. It's like a good one. Is this one less stiff? You get the idea. Butterfly joints. Wow, everything's just kind of falling off there. There we go. Get butterfly joints. The elbow. Sorry, this one is real stiff. It's a stiff figure. It's probably the stiffest one I've ever held. Okay, there we go. Butterfly joint at the elbow, full 360. I mean, butterfly joint at the shoulder, full 360 on the arm. Swivel at the bicep. Double jointed elbow, which is also stiff. Oh my god, yeah, this guy's stiff as fuck. What the hell? Ugh. Well, I got that to bend. But yeah, double jointed elbow. But it's stiff as hell. Full 360 at the head. up and down because it's on ball joint, and this is on a dumbbell hinge, so you get that dumbbell neck joint movement. Ab crunch, clean ab crunch, nothing stopping it. Waist rotation and waist wiggle. Good waist wiggle. All right, let's see. Are his legs seated on that ball joint good? Yes, they are. No catches, hicks, or nothing. You can tell when some of these figures are seated on that ball joint in there incorrectly because the leg will catch up and it'll be like when you're trying to bend it. I've stopped having that issue with this line, which is crazy, because I thought that would just kind of always be an issue, but I'm glad it's not. That's lame. No one wants to deal with that because you either end up breaking it or you have to use the oil in there so that you can actually move it. Anyways, swivel at the thigh, swivel at the thigh, drop down hip, dropping down, double jointed knee. That one's not as stiff. But the back one is. Come on. That's stiff as hell. How about this leg? Oh, also stiff on that one. Okay, we just got a couple of stiff joints on him, don't we? That's a little unfortunate. Hinge at the foot, rocker at the foot. Very good. Swivel at the boot cut. Sorry, this figure is just so stiff. It's hard really moving him. I don't know why he'd be this stiff. It's like insane how stiff he is. Okay, so articulation looked at. Let me mess with him for a while, see if I can get him de-stiffed, and we'll do the final pose-up shot. Well, that's been my look at Copperhead, and he's not a bad figure. He really isn't. He is a little plain, but it works for him. It really does. My figure was specifically had some really tight joints. That's just how some of these figures are. It's just sometimes they're tight, sometimes they're normal. It depends, just like I'm sure other people got Copperheads that did not have such tight joints, and it's not like every Copperhead has the world's tightest joints. It's just mine had some real tight joints on the lower knees and the arms, on the lower knee joint and the lower elbow joint. But other than that, it's a very solid figure. I finally managed to get that holster to shut right there, so that's good. And I think the only thing I have to say is what disappoints me is the guns. They're cool. They're cool guns. I like them, but why didn't they mold them more hollow? Like their tips, you can't plug the blast effects into them. It just seems a little odd. It seems like something, especially since these are new molded weapons, like why don't they have the barrel hole support that every other weapon has in this line? That's just an interesting question, like what's up with that? But other than that, it's a very good figure in my opinion, very solid. I'd have to give it, I want to say a 7 out of 10. Yeah, let's give it a 7 out of 10, and it's a very solid figure, this wave. This wave has been all solid figures. It's just mine. I kept getting defect ones, like well, not all of them, but like I had Rock and Roll's paint. I guess this is, I've been looking around and everyone's Rock and Roll figure looks like this. The shoulder paint just looks really weird. It looks real like chalky and not correct, but when you feel it, it doesn't feel weird or nothing. It feels alright, and sometimes it's a little sloppy. Like mine was really sloppy. Some people's aren't as sloppy as mine, but it's just, I guess whatever paint that was that they chose was kind of weird. They should have maybe stuck with a different paint or something. I don't know, it just didn't, it was weird. It was weird, and yeah, it was a little disappointing, but it's alright. But that was what the problem with that figure. And then my Shipwreck had paint defects on the hat. Little ones, not everyone's has that, as I'm sure, and they weren't even that big on my figure to begin with, but yeah, it was an annoying issue. My scrap iron was actually perfect, and that was a perfect figure, but the drone was hella disappointing. It only has fucking like 3 points of articulation. That is unacceptable for something that is $44. That should be a $30, like a deluxe $30 figure. You like scale the drone down like, I don't know, half an inch and sell it in the $30 advance pack, or deluxe packs because it isn't worth $44 if it doesn't have more than 3 points of articulation. That I don't think I'm asking for too much when I ask for that. You know, it should have 2 more points of articulation. Both of those tread sets on the legs should move independently of each other. You should be able to have one tread set higher and the other one lower. It's whack that they're stuck together on the same like point and you can't move them separately of each other, independently of each other, and so it's like 3 points of articulation and that's it. Super disappointing. If you can get that figure on sale, extreme recommend. If you really love scrap iron like I do, then I guess get them now because, you know, when else are you going to be able to? But if that's not a figure you need, then I recommend waiting for that. Torpedo, standout figure this wave, 10 out of 10. That's like probably the best figure of this whole line to begin with, which is crazy. But I don't know, it's just so solid, such a great fucking figure. Everyone loved it. That figure is so hard to get a hold of. I hope they restock it. I think they will. You know, him and the eels have been the fucking hardest figures to get a hold of so far. I didn't even get any eels because, like, I missed out. I literally don't have the opportunity to get any because they're all sold out. So don't expect an eel reveal for me because I didn't fucking get any because so many vicious animals thought they needed, I don't know, I guess 10 of them. Like, same thing with Torpedo. I saw people troop building him and just putting him along with like Marvel Legend displays or just general other displays because he's just a great frogman scuba diver figure. You know, if you're not a G.I. Joe guy, it's not Torpedo, it's just some scuba diver. Get like 10 of them. They all look maskless when you put the scuba mask on, you know? So that's, I think, most people's mindset on that, and so that's what he's been getting sold out. But yeah, he's hard to get a hold of. If you can, I recommend it. If not, well, hopefully just wait and they'll restock him at some point. Copperhead, he's a decent figure. I would recommend him, but not as strongly as others. Like, I wouldn't recommend him over Torpedo. Like, if you have the opportunity to pick up Copperhead or Torpedo, get Torpedo. If you have the opportunity to pick up Copperhead or Rock and Roll, get Copperhead. You know, just things like that. He's a very solid figure. Very, very nice. Yeah, I'm blinking. He's just real solid, but not super standout to me. You know, he's not Scrap Iron. He's not Firefly. He's not even Tomax and Zaymon. You know, he's not super standout to me. He never really stood out in the show much. I think he had a few episodes. He's a part of the Dreadnoughts because he's got that Dreadnought belt buckle. He doesn't feel like he's a part of the Dreadnoughts. Like, he doesn't feel like Ripper and Torch and Buzzer or nothing. He just, I don't know, I guess he's kind of swamp related. Copperhead, he looks like he got the swamp. He drives the water moccasin. I don't know. In the Deke cartoon, he was definitely more prominent. Cobra Commander had him as like a second in command almost. Not second in command, but in the Deke cartoon, he definitely took the place of like Zartan. You know, he's as important as Zartan was in the Sunbow cartoon. Like, this is the guy that gives Cobra Commander the robot armor from that show. So we have Crocmaster. Maybe we'll get Falcon. That's not his name. I always Raptor. Maybe we'll get Raptor, which is the guy who has like a falcon. I think that's his name, but I always blank on that guy's name. But he's kind of stupid looking, honestly. I wouldn't really want him in my display, but some people want him. He dresses like a bird, has a bird, so that'd be cool to get another bird like Freedom, because that's basically what it would be. It'd be another painted and molded Freedom, but like to look like a falcon, just painted different, I guess. So I guess that'd be really cool, but other than that, I don't need that figure. So we need that figure and robot armor, Cobra Commander, and you have your Deke cartoon lineup for the villains. Just be interesting. I don't think that's that big a deal. I mean, I was not a big fan of the Deke show, so like, I get it, it's a continuation, but like, I didn't like the Deke era. I preferred the Sunbow era. Speaking of Sunbow, like, we still need a Sunbow Cobra Commander. Yes, I know that they did the main Cobra Commander painted with the Sunbow colors, but that wasn't right. That's still not right. That's not what he needs to look like. He needs to look like he does from the cartoon. And the Cobra Commander that comes with the Hiss Tank, which, by the way, I did not get the Hiss Tank. I wasn't collecting G.I. Joe when that whole HasLab started, and I just didn't have the money. Even if I did, I definitely wouldn't have had the money, because I really wanted to get the Dragonfly that they did, but I just didn't, because I didn't have the money. So I didn't get the Dragonfly either, which feels bad, but they're big. Those were big price point figures, or vehicles. So yeah. But anyways, the Cobra Commander that comes in the Hiss tank is the Sunbow model. It's the vintage figure. It's the retro Cobra Commander. Everything's perfect on him, except he has the Cobra Mickey Mouse logo, is what they call it. Because it looks like it's got the Mickey Mouse ears on top. A little funny, but at least, that's a distinction. So we know for a fact at some point we are going to get a regular vintage Cobra Commander with the regular Cobra logo. The logo that looks like that. Can't wait. I will be picking him up. He's like the only main villain figure I'm missing in my display, because I have the Destro from the retro card line and the Baroness from the retro card line. I didn't get retro card Snake Eye or Storm Shadow, but I have the regular release Storm Shadow, because I think that looks good enough. Like, to me, the difference between the retro card and the regular release wasn't big enough to justify trying to hunt the retro card one down, and the regular release is so easy to get. And then I have Tomax and Zaymon, and of course a bunch of troopers and whatnot, and Scrap Iron. So now with him, my Cobra lineup's starting to look pretty solid, and I cannot wait for the next wave, because I'm definitely going to be getting Firefly. Favorite Cobra figure, hands down. So I cannot wait for him. Cannot wait for Lowlight. That's my favorite Joe. Yeah, a lot of figures I can't wait for. I don't get a hold of exclusives. Like, I didn't get Dr. Mindbender, didn't get Printer, but you know who I did get? I got a hold of Chuckles. So we'll be seeing Chuckles on this channel when he comes out, because I snagged that pre-order up. Yeah, I'm excited for the next wave. I'm really hoping for no defects. That's a big issue. And yeah, if that goes smoothly, well, every single figure from the next wave is almost my favorite. Well, except for repaints. I didn't get the Crimson Viper, because I already have regular Vipers now, and I don't need the Crimson ones, because I don't even have like Crimson Guards or Crimson Bats or any of the other Crimson figures. So I'm just not a huge fan of the Crimson subline. Like, I'm gonna try and snag a couple Crimson Guardsmen, and that's it. That's really all I need. I don't need like every single Crimson repaint that they do. It just seems a little weird to me. Not weird, but like unnecessary. It's unnecessary to me. But I can see why it's a lot of people's favorite recolor. Red, it's a nice color. It looks spectacular. It looks real nice. So didn't stag that. Didn't get any Snow Vipers either, because those are so expensive, and I'm just not gonna get Snow Vipers. I'm gonna get. I'm not getting the repainted. I'm not gonna get the repainted Snake Eyes, the desert Snake Eyes. I like it. I really like it, but it sucks. It's reusing. I get it. That's the whole point. Is it's supposed to be reused, but would it fucking kill them to give him pinless legs and arms finally? Snake Eyes, the Ninja Snake Eyes build or body that they use for that figure, the arms and legs are not so special that it would be impossible to use someone else's legs or someone else's arms, or to retool those joints so they're pinless. Like, that would not be fucking impossible. It's really frustrating. That's like the third fucking Snake Eyes repaint. Can we just get one that's fucking pinless yet? Yeah, the retro card one's pinless because it reuses the stalker arms and the stalker legs. If it weren't for that, it would have pins. Which, by the way, I didn't get that either because that was hard to find. That one is specifically got to be the hardest Walmart retro card figure to get a hold of. So fucking hard. I don't feel like going on eBay and paying $60 for him. So I really wanted him, but we're probably never going to see him because I just don't. I'm not going to do all that for that one figure. I don't know. It's unfortunate. It really is. What else is in that next wave that I'm not buying? Because I'm buying mostly every other figure except for like the repaints and a couple couple of the ones. Like I didn't get eels. Didn't get eels because they fucking sold out too fast. Never got the chance to get eels. So we're not gonna get eels. Snow vipers were too expensive. Not gonna get snow vipers. I think that's it though. Like I think that wraps up all the figures. You know. So out of that wave, who will show up on this channel? It's gonna be Tunnel Rat, Low Light, Firefly, and Tunnel Rat, Low Light, Firefly, Grunt. I forgot Grunt was a part of that line, and Nunchucks. That's 5. We're getting 5 figures out of that wave, and that wave is like 10 figures long, so that's like half the wave. And if you don't count repaints as a new figure, then that's like almost the entire wave. I get it, a repaint is a new figure, but it's not really when it's like a Crimson Viper and it's like Desert Snake Eyes. Like what even is Desert Snake Eyes? You know what I mean? Like he's not even from the vintage line. It's just something wholly original that they cooked up for this line, which it's not bad, but it looks good. I just again wish it was pinless. I think most people really want like a V3 Snake Eyes really badly. Or not V3, V4. They wanted V4 Snake Eyes really badly. Which is that one with blue. He's got like the red goggles and blue paint all over it. It's a little funny looking. I don't really like V4 Snake Eyes, but I think he'd look good in this line, I think, if they did him. But probably not, because he'd be pinless, or because he'd be pinned, it'd probably be reused from like something, and it would be pinned, and I just wouldn't like it. But if it's pinless, you know, that might be one I'd pick up. Anyway, sorry, this got really ranty. Well, with this figure, now all that I'm missing from this wave is the repainted bazooka, which I do have intentions to buy. I'm 100% gonna get him at some point. So he will show up, and we'll get a look at him. So far, this wave scores like a 7.5 out of 10. I forget whatever rating I gave it last, but I don't think it was that high. I think it was like a 6.5, or maybe it was just a 6. But now this wave gets like a 7.5, maybe an 8. Maybe an 8 because this is a decent figure, and Scrap Iron, the figure is great, the drone sucks, but that's good. Rock and Roll was kind of shitty on the shoulder, but the overall figure was good, I guess. And my Shipwreck was good except for the paint defect, but really it's all about Torpedo. Torpedo was like the best figure this wave. So yeah, I don't know. It's been a good wave. It's a little jading. I feel like I understand why a lot of people shit on things now, but not really, because like I don't want it to end up like this. You have some of these psychos out here who are just begging for it. They're like, whoa, see, that's what you get. That's what you get for even humoring them. That's why you don't humor them. That's what you get for giving them money. Why are you giving them money? That's what you get. They don't get it. So the line is bad. Like they get all twisted about it. It's not that deep. It's just like they do make mistakes, and you know, I'm sure I sound like a real big cocksucker defending some multi-million-dollar company, like, oh, they make mistakes. No, literally, they make mistakes, but that's it. You know, nothing has been so detrimental to this line. It's not like it's an affront to G.I. Joe, or it's so awful, it's just awful. Like, I don't understand why there's so much hatred toward this line. And for what? Like, yeah, I understand hatred towards Hasbro the company, because Hasbro the company, they fucking suck. The things they do, like what they're doing with Dungeons and Dragons right now, like, and what they're doing with Magic the Gathering, and what else trickles down to every other line, like how Marvel Legends is, and the Indiana Jones shit, and Black Series and whatnot. And most of these lines all suffer and whatnot, and Hasbro the company does shitty things. But people are out here not blaming Hasbro, but specifically the Joe team. It is all the Joe team's fault. And it's like, no, it's not the Joe team's fault. I think the Joe team is doing the best that they can while they're being held down by Hasbro executives who are just a bunch of money grubbers, and they're just trying to pinch a penny and not give a damn. And I don't know. And then you have, you know, of course you have all these people who like support homebrew small-time creations and shit, and they think their farts don't stink, and like, oh, I support Valverse figures are so good. Like, no, they're not. They really are not any better than these figures in this line. And then if they are, well, duh. I hope those figures are better. They're fucking 30. Like, this pisses me off the most when someone's like, the Marvel Legend community deals with this way more than we do, but we're starting to now with people fucking sucking Valverse's cock off, but people are like, ooh, Valverse is so superior. It's so superior to G.I. Joe. It's better. It's way better. Infinitely better. Even though they only have, like, I don't know, like 6 figures in their line, and most of them are repaints anyways. Like, it's like 6 figures and like 4 extra repaints. Yeah, they're banging. They're making so many good figures. And all the shit on them are the exact same to these guys. Like, I don't get why they get so much love more than, like, I don't get why everyone sucks their cocks off way more than is necessary. And at the end of the day, what I'm saying is like, yeah, I hope those figures are better. They're fucking like $33, $36 a figure. That is $10 more than the $24 G.I. Joe figures. Now, if I was paying $33 for this versus the Valverse, I'd look at it and I'd be like, well, that's not right. That doesn't make sense. But for $10 cheaper, this makes sense. This is as good, if not better, than a Valverse figure. It's on par to Valverse. And some of these figures, not this one specifically, but definitely like Torpedo, or I hope Firefly, or I hope Lowlight, one of those figures will come and it's like, wow, this is better than what a Valverse figure is. This is better than Valverse. And for $24, that's fucking insane. Because Valverse is like way too butt crack expensive for what it is. And the Marvel Legends community deals with it more because, you know, you have everyone collecting like all the expensive Japanese imports that are like fucking $90-$80 a figure. At the cheapest, you can maybe find some shady butt crack website. Like, I hated this. Got in an argument with someone talking about, oh, I don't even know why people don't just collect all Mafex figures and blah 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 because they're so much better than Marvel Legends. And I was like, because a fucking Mafex figure costs the same price as getting a hold of a whole Marvel Legends wave. I can buy a whole wave of Marvel Legends for the price it cost me to get a fucking Mafex figure. Why the fuck am I gonna spend all this money on a Mafex figure when I can get a whole wave of one line? And it's not like it's even that big a difference. And it's like, and then Mafex makes these characters no one cares about, or they're just not making the characters I want. So it's like, well, what the hell else am I supposed to do? I can't fucking get this figure, it's not in Mafex yet. And they're like, it'll get there. I'm like, yeah, okay, so you want me to wait like 10 years till they fucking make it? No, okay. Not 10 years, it's hyper. You want me to wait like another 3-4 years to finally get them to make this one figure that I'm after? And it's kind of obscure, so there's a chance they might not even make it? Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, like, those people piss me off. And they got an argument talking about, and when I said that, they were like, Mafex figures aren't $90. I'm like, yeah, if you live in Japan, they're not $90, but when you live in the US and you have to have it imported, it's $90. And they're like, I'm like, go check every single fucking website. That's how much they cost, mainstream websites. And they're like, oh, I use this, blah, blah, blah. And it's some, like, of course, this is a Redditor, so that's why they're, like, fucking geeking. It's some butt crack, obscure, scary website that I personally didn't trust. I guess they do, and I guess they get their figures from there, so maybe it's probably good. It's probably good, but it's real fucking shady looking and scary, and it's like, wow, it's crazy to pay a decent price. I have to jump through all these hoops for it. Like, that's fucking insane. Like, go on Big Bad Toy Store. Go on any, like, toy retailer that has Mafex that's, like, big. They're all $90. They're $80-$90. Sometimes more than that. Because they're imports. And I'm not dissing people who like imports. I just hate those people who don't get it. They don't fucking get it. They're like, oh, I love paying $150 for each action figure. Even though they're, like, not, like, even greater than, like, they're not, the quality and price, like, the quality between a Mafex and a Marvel Legends really aren't that huge of a difference. Not, like, that big of a gap like that. And if they are, well, it better be. Like, you understand you're paying way more for one thing. You better hope it's better than this thing that is infinitely cheaper. This thing that's like $50 cheaper. Yeah, I hope what you bought is better. Same thing with fucking PC psychos, like the people who complain about, who bitch about consoles. Like, oh, my PC's so much better. Yeah, your PC costs like $4,000. I hope it's better than a $500 console I bought from the store. For that price, it better be, or else I'd be really disappointed and like upset if I were you. Like I would be really fucking upset if I were you. Like it doesn't make sense. These people don't fucking get it. They don't know what it's like to be normal and live in like not poverty, but like, you know, I'm middle income at best. So I don't think I'll ever have that kind of disposable income to be throwing away like $100 on a fucking action figure. So I don't know. It's ridiculous. I wish those discussions would end. People need to quit fucking comparing these things. That's like comparing apples and oranges. They're so fucking different. You can't even compare them because they're just they're different ballparks. You know, like yeah, ultimately they're both fruit. They're both a fruit, but like they're fucking different fruits. They are fucking different. That comparison ends with them both being fruits, and then you can't compare them anymore because it's like, well, yeah, this Mafex symbiote Spider-Man figure is better than the most recent symbiote Spider-Man figure from Marvel Legends. Are they really though? Is it really all that much better? I don't see how this is like significantly better. But I'm not gonna fight you on that. Fine, it's better. I hope it's better. You paid $90 for it. I paid $20 for this one. I hope it's better. You know, like I just hope it's better for you. Crazy people. But that was a really long rant. This whole video has got really ranty. I'm gonna have to like put that in the title that this video is all ranty. But anyways, wrapping up my thoughts. Great figure, decent wave. I hope the next wave is better quality wise. I hope I don't get any defects. If that's the case, that wave will fucking just, you know, bang me off to another planet. Till then, see you next time. Don't know when that'll be. Whenever the next time I get a figure will be, which I'm not sure. Definitely hoping for it to be that bazooka though, which should be soon, like next week soon. Anyways, see you guys. Hope you come back. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment if you disagree or agreed with me. I always love a discussion. I always reply to every single comment I get, and I swear I will never change that. Right now I'm like a 5 subscriber YouTube channel, so it's real easy to say. I get like 80 videos max on a video. I get 80 views max. But no, I swear to God, if I end up with 1,000, 2,000 subscribers, which is crazy, I couldn't even imagine like having 100 subscribers. I will always reply to every single comment. I'm never gonna change that. Mark my words. Bookmark this video. Someone who's like gonna watch me grow, watch my progress over years. Mark this moment. Swear I'm gonna reply to every single comment. Might not be right away, but I will reply to every comment. Anyways, till next time, see you guys.